Yes, how are we doing, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good day and a good evening. And some more news on Victor GYOKERES. I'm happy for this. I am. I must admit. And Andre Berta is serious. That's that. I have to say it. He ain't messing. It looks like Arsenal's found a director. We don't know yet if he's going to be able to do what he wants to do. Again, the Kroenkes can stop things. But it looks like Arsenal found a director where he is a complete football man, and he looks like, and you hear things that he's completely into football. I know Edu, obviously, but Edu's an ex-player, an ex-Arsenal legend, if you class as an invincible, which he is. Is Edu a legend? I don't know. I don't want to say that. He's not. He don't go down as one of the one of the best players we've ever had at Arsenal. But in a different conversation, everyone wanted part of the Invincibles. Are they legends? In a way, you've got to say yeah, because they've made football history, Only team to go invincible in this Premier League era. So, it's a strong word, but yeah, Eddie was a legend in a way. I suppose he is. So on that, obviously Eddie was ex-player. Berta, he's like ex-businessman, and he had spells in clubs in Italy. I think they've maybe now, or when I've seen him just looking as he used to other years with teams, a team who he was part of could have been about Serie C, I think. Obviously, maybe third division. I haven't a clue where they are now. The team who I've seen he was part of. And obviously, he's been at Atletico Madrid for a very long time with Diego Simeone. Nelson Vivas, ex-Arsenal player again, is Simone's assistant. You've played for Arsenal, Argentina right back. But it seems like we've now got a director. What is a director? And what I mean by that is a football man. He's constantly working. Like you can imagine him now targeting, tapping up players, talking to representatives of clubs, agents of the players. You can just imagine him being on it. Now, I know it could be, as you have a new manager bounce, it could be new director bounce. He could just do all this and then stand still at January transfer window. But he looks the real deal. He looks like he's on it. He's at games. He was at Portman Road yesterday. And I think he is involved in Arsenal completely. And when I say that, I mean, I don't think, hopefully, isn't going to be a puppet. And these six bastards, what's been running Arsenal, Stan, Josh, Tim Lewis, Richard Garlick, Jason Ato, and Arteta, because, like I said, I gave Arteta his flowers yesterday, and we're signing Mikel Moreno, brilliant signing for Mikel Arteta, so, you deserve credit for that, but I will not forget the summer window where he did not sign that striker and winger. We could have been top at league now, and in semi-final at Champions League, and won the Carabao Cup, and even still in the FA Cup. Just imagine that. That would have been an incredible season. Not saying we're going to win the quadruple, absolutely not. But we could have won the league, and we could have, even if we didn't win the Champions League, obviously I want to win all four, but imagine winning the league and getting to semi-final at Champions League. It's remarkable. Absolute fantastic season. But we're only in the semi-final, and we're league's finished, not even started. So it just does you in when you think about it, like, what happened in that summer? Why did they? It's not like it won last year. It's 3 seasons without a striker at Arsenal Football Club. Why did we not do it when you've got a different format in Champions League, more games, you've got a full season in league to go? We didn't get injuries last season. You're gonna get injuries this season, no matter what. It's an absolute must. No football club goes 2 seasons in a row without getting injuries, especially to your first 16 players. Obviously, Gabriel Saliba, Ben White, Declan Rice, Saka, and Odegaard. It just does not happen, and obviously we've seen that this season. They've all had injuries, who I've just mentioned, and others. And it's like weird because although I've had injuries, but yet Thomas Partey, who's been injured nearly every season, has only been injured once this season. So it's a funny game. So Berta, I don't think he's messing. He is serious, man. Honestly, I don't want to say it. I've heard it multiple times, so many times, and like other Arsenal fans, we're fed up hearing it. We've got a war chest in summer. We're going big in summer. We're gonna get it right. I just don't accept it, only because of previous windows where they've been shambolic, and we've just seen a summer window what was rubbish, and a January transfer window which was unacceptable. Just absolutely zero, no movement whatsoever, zero activity. So now we've got Berta. You could look at it. You could flip that and say, well, they didn't want to go too crazy in summer window and January transfer window. Maybe because they knew where they were going. Maybe because they were a feud and we didn't know, and it just catapulted when it did, and that it was done. It was gone. Hopefully one day we hear something what happened with that. Why I do just kind of all of a sudden just gone. There were no messing. Even with gardening leave, he just walked and just basically left. He didn't even stay for a little bit. So I'm interested one day if that ever comes out. But with Berta, I think Arsenal, and again I really don't want to say it because I don't want to get my hopes up, but I think we've got I'll say 8 out of 10 window coming this summer. Now I've always been one, and I don't want to be like contradicting myself, and going back on my words, but every time Arsenal have needed, say, 6 players, they've signed 4. If we've needed 4, we've signed 2, and we never go the extra mile. We never have gone the extra mile, and even the Arsenal legend Charlie Nicholas always says that they never go the extra mile and get every single bit of the piece of the jigsaw. Well, we've got to this summer, let me tell you. There's no messing around this summer. We cannot take that foot off at gas, even a tiny bit in that summer. Every position what needs filling, where we need squad backup, obviously depth, it cannot be left unaddressed. There's just no way it can happen in summer, because Man City are going to go crazy. They're going to be 50 times stronger. Liverpool's got a bucket load of money. Chelsea will go again and sign players. Manchester United might go and sign 5 or 6 players. Newcastle will definitely sign players. Forest, I'm sure they'll go again and keep signing players. And Aston Villa, the league is getting harder every season. And this is why I said last season that was Arsenal's chance to say we've won the league. We've done it with Mikel Arteta. He deserves his flowers. And next season, I just don't. Man City, I just think will win the league. I think Liverpool's going to be even stronger now. Salah's there, Van Dijk's there. So with GYOKERES, going back to it, I think it's happening. And I said this other day, and I can't really explain it properly what I mean. But when you see Twitter posts, articles, hear things on radio, etc., some Twitter things you see are absolutely bollocks. Absolutely BS. And there's a certain profile which I used to keep thinking were like, I can see that. I can look at that and think, yeah, there's some legs to that. I don't know what they're doing. If they're just like, they've got so many followers. I think it's 1 million followers. But it seems now they're just throwing everything out there. It's like they'll think of a player, yeah, just put him out there, pretend he's going to go there. Like a rumour about Kevin De Bruyne, and where did it say he could go? And there was something else, and it's just like Sesko's on, Sesko's off, GYOKERES is on, GYOKERES off, GYOKERES off. Arsenal looking at Lautaro Martinez. Now, again, is you have to, take into account, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors. Nobody does. Absolutely nobody, apart from the Arsenal hierarchy. Board members: Arteta, Ato, Garlic, Tim Lewis, Berta, not Stan. Not Stan Kroenke, like I said, he's just always up there in clouds. He couldn't give a shit. But it seems like Berta isn't just going to do what the others have been doing, like where they're not moving in a ruthless way. It seems like Berta, this is what I do. I've gone to Atletico Madrid, I've brought some great players in, now I'm coming to Arsenal and I'm doing the same. Let me do my shit. Let me do my thing. And it feels like he's doing it, because I'm seeing this GYOKERES and it's like, you'll see it, representatives were watching him against Real Madrid, I think it was. Watching Arsenal against Real Madrid, I think his representatives were in London then. You hear that, you think that's it's quite legit, it's got some legs on it. Then now today, it feels like we're opening talks with him, and I don't know how true that is, but apparently we've opened talks with him, which, you could talk to 20 players. But it's just one of them where you've looked over years with other clubs and you think there's legs in that. That's legit. It's like you'll see something today, which is obviously Monday. Then you might see something next Tuesday. GYOKERES prefers Arsenal. It's not going away. It isn't going away. And I think he's going to be Arsenal striker. And Andre Berta, I just think he's serious. I think he's a serious sporting director. I think he means business. Now, I'm not saying he's going to give Arsenal the best window we've ever had, because it's not him alone what can fund that, what can make that happen. It starts with Kroenkes. If they say, well, you've got 150 million to spend, then I'm sorry, but 150 million is just, in football these days, it's like, no disrespect to Aston Villa, and they've got good owners, they've got a fantastic director in Monchi, and obviously a great manager in Emery, but Aston Villa could go out and spend 150 million. If Arsenal really, really, really want to prove they're the real deal, and I've said this other day, we can't spend anything under 250. We have to spend 250 million. There's no excuse now, this window. Mikel Arteta's had too many transfer windows. He has to make sure in this window every position Arsenal need is addressed and sorted, because we haven't even got to that level yet where we get to a window and we need one or two, and it should not be happening in phase, as Arteta calls it, 4 to 5, going into Decemberish time. His sixth full season. Well, we're touching his sixth season. I think I might get that wrong for Arteta, and yet we still, if we don't sort it in summer, we need 2 players there, need another one there. This summer now, we have to finish this summer transfer window and say, we've got everybody. Only thing is now, is if someone goes, we obviously replace, but every player we need, we've got depth in defence, which we've already got at minute, I get that. We've got a backup keeper, we've got Thomas Partey replacement, Jorginho replacement, we've got a backup for Saka, got a backup for Martinelli, because Trossard, I do believe, just get rid of him. I know he scores some goals, but get 30 million for him now if you can. We've got a top striker, we've got backup for a top striker, which will be Havertz. And it's time now. It is, and I'm still. I just mentioned his name, and over years I've seen players obviously leave Arsenal for free, for half price. But this one bugging the hell out of me, letting a world-class midfielder, Thomas Partey, leave. And it looks like he is going to go. I mean, and today I'm hearing that Arsenal's not going to renew his contract. I mean, I don't understand the logic behind it. We've got a world-class midfielder, and he's that good, even without touching the ball, right at your disposal. You don't have to replace him. You buy another one in, ready, so then that gives you Rice, Partey, and whoever, if it's Zubimendi or whatever. And they're not wanting to renew his contract. Now, again, we don't know what goes on behind closed. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors. But in typical Arsenal fashion, Thomas Partey might be asking for a 2-year contract. We have 15 grand, 15,000, 20,000 pay rise a week. That guy's damn worth it. When you've needed him at right back, he's put a shift in. Not been the best. Don't like him at right back. I don't. but he puts a shift in and he gives a 7 out of 10. In midfield, he's been our best midfielder this season through the season. Obviously, Declan Rice has really stepped up these last 8 to 10 games. But Partey, all the way through the season, because he's not been injured, has been Arsenal's best midfielder. And Arsenal Football Club are willing to not renew his contract. Again, we don't know what it's for. Is there something gone on behind closed doors with whatever happened with that case and they have to get rid of him? I don't know. So many other people don't know. But this one's really got to me because he is that good and he's only 32. A player like that should be in your team. We should be keeping him for 2 years. Having Thomas Partey at 34, the experience he's going to give off to other players and the know-how, the knowledge of the football brain. I mean, this is where fans get frustrated because we're great things. We're into semi-final Champions League. Everything's all going well. And the next minute, someone just comes along and takes Arsenal's best midfielder. Sorry, but big clubs don't move like that. That is not what happens at big clubs. Man City would not be having that. There's no way that would happen. There's no way they would let Rodri's contract run down and then someone just grab him and take him. Absolutely no way. So this is where it's frustrating. And I hope to God that Thomas Partey about renewing his contract is all bollocks. And we somehow find a way to keep him. And if he wants to go, fair enough. Or if there's something to do with that case or whatever, I have no idea. Then you can't. It's gone. But if it's not Arsenal, what's not renewing his contract just because he wants a little bit more money a week or he wants a 2-year deal, then Arsenal. I mean, this is why people still get frustrated with our club because we do things where we just think there's no logic in it. He's one of the best midfielders in the world this season. He has been. He's been that good this season. He's controlled games even without even trying. And we're just willing to let him go. And it's someone who, like, we've seen players leave over years, but this one has really, really bugged me, knowing that he's going to go the season when he's been fit all season. And imagine getting another Thomas Partey next season where he stays fit all season. I mean, man, he's worth 50 million. What are we doing here? That's what frustrates you about Arsenal. But I'll end on Andre Berta is serious, and GYOKERES, I think, will be Arsenal's new striker. And Thomas Partey, I'm absolutely gutted you're going to leave. Enjoy your night, everyone.